Hello everyone and welcome back to FSM Super Sundays. My name is Troy, and as always we're going to get straight into the charts. First we're going to look at sterling yen on the monthly time frame. We are now in the month of July. So we didn't have a video last week due to some technical issues, but with the June candle now closing, as you can see, bearish. The candle's green, but as you can see, price tried to push up, found this level of resistance that I did point out a few times, and is now looking to push lower. If we go down to the weekly and daily, we can see it's capped at this level of resistance, so looking to head lower. And also when you do zoom out, you can see price making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and so on. So this, I do believe, is a lower high, and we do expect price to move lower to make a new lower low. If I go to the daily, you'll see it a bit clearer. Right now, as you can see, price is in this area that's bounced from quite nicely. We had a doji at a key level, which is also suggestive of indecision, which I do interpret as price is looking to reverse from the move up to now come lower. With that said, what we can do is potentially put a Fibonacci. We put it from this little swing high down to the low. Price came up to the 61.8, looking to move lower. Has confluence with this blue line here. That's the 128.90 level, also confluence with the 130.60. So a lot of confluences to the downside on this currency pair. If we go to the 4 hour, see what we can find. Not a lot in there in terms of trend. I like to see some trend lines. That's always an easy thing to know where it's going to go from there. When it breaks that, not really seeing anything at the moment. So we can potentially just look for it to create a third bounce or create a trend line on Monday or early Tuesday, and then trade it from there. But otherwise, just look for maybe a double top as well, long here, then take shorts, head and shoulders. So if this becomes a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, take shorts. So what we're looking for is just reversal patterns and candlestick patterns as well. So yeah, definitely overall bearish on sterling yen. If we do see a break above, I don't really see it happening, but if we do get that, we can just reassess to find targets to the upside, and also plays that will help us get on board with the longs. Next, we can move on to gold. So on gold, what we have, I believe that's the wrong one. Right, now on gold, we've had price come up, break this area of consolidation. If you go to the monthly first, in fact, so very bullish candle in June. So this is showing that it's bullish monthly, so definitely looking for on long term, look for longs. Weekly, bearish, well, not bearish, sorry, but we have a doji at key level, which suggests that price is going to reverse for a bit, maybe deeper into this area of consolidation before going long again, because we've seen that it's exhausted its bullish momentum. So generally what we really do see is price pull lower before we get price moving higher again. If we put this Fibonacci on there to the high there, we can maybe have confluence with this yellow line, 61.8, around the 1720 level, 1717 level, between those sort of areas there. That will be a nice area for price to pull back to before going long. Right now on the daily time frame, not a lot we can see, just more sort of choppy price action. Price didn't know where it wanted to go. Yeah, so not a lot to look for, but obviously we can just wait for it to come back before we take longs if you want to be more conservative. If, however, you want to take shorts and be a bit more aggressive, what you can look for: left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Not quite yet. I'm not convinced that this is a right shoulder. Maybe a little tick down, push higher, and then look for it to break the neckline. So wherever the shoulder will form, we can make that the part of the neckline. Then break, pull back short down to 1720 to 1717, and then look to get long again, aligned with the long-term bias. So as with gold, long term we're looking for longs, but short term looking for shorts down into the areas I did mention. Okay, so That's that for gold. And finally, looking at dollar CAD monthly. So just zoom all the way in. Right, monthly, that's July. So monthly for June, bearish candle. Price did come in to make, also to touch this level of support and then move much higher. So bearish, but showing that the bulls are around the corner, we could say. On the weekly time frame, last week's candle, nice and bearish. So bearish Maribosi suggests that price is going to move much lower, showing that towards Thursday and Friday there was a lot of bearish momentum, showing that price can push lower. If we skip quickly to the daily, I had a trend line marked out just before I put this video on to record. We've had the third touch, which came in and around here, and now we can look to take shorts. If you wanted to do it on a daily time frame, stops would be just above here. First target would be that blue line. Second target, the next blue line, so 130.35. I can just show you that very quickly. Right, so short. If you were to, let's say, short on market open, I wouldn't do that, but it's something you could do. I prefer to not risk it, but generally speaking, price will either tick up higher or should tick up higher in the open of the markets. And yeah, so stop loss roughly there's quite a big stop loss, 170 pips. If we say take profit at our second target, that will be pretty much a 3 to 1, we could say. So yeah, 3 to 1. It's nice. If you want to be a bit more technical, try to go for bigger risk reward. What you could do is probably be a bit clear on the 1 hour. Wait for a third touch, short from there. Wait for price to come back to the trend line again, or short from there. If we go to the 1 hour, so we've got one here, two touch. Wait for a third. I wouldn't wait. I'll wait for more of a bit of a break, pull back, short from there to the levels I did mention. Stops. What I personally would do is a few options above here. So let's say 80 pips. Probably a little bit more to be safe. So around 80 pips. First target will be a 2.4 to 1. Further down would be maybe like a 6 to 1 or so, 6.4 to 1, and that'll be a nice risk reward. Okay, second option, you could short from up here. Stops will be just above, so a little bit higher, maybe 95 pips or so. That'll give us a probably about 6 to 1 again. That'll give us a 6.18 or 6.2 to 1. And the first target would give us something like a 3 to 2.2, something like that, or 2.8 to 1. So that's what we're looking for on dollar CAD. Looking for shorts. I don't see a reason why you would take longs at the present moment, unless you do see some sort of a big reversal. Yeah, basically I want to see price break above just basically this here. Break above, pull back, and then show bullish price action that will push it higher. Even then, you still have this level in the way, which create a lot of resistance. But after that, there's not a lot in the way. But yeah, with that said, still looking for shorts on dollar CAD. But yeah, that's it for this week, guys. Just a quick rundown of 3 currency pairs, so sterling, yen, gold, and dollar CAD. We hope you do have a wonderful trading week and make some pips from our analysis. Please do use your initiative to try to get into trades, because when the market is running live, it can be very different to what you're seeing on here. But yeah, this is a a nice little overview to help you get into trades. And yeah, guys, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.